It's me, Radar. We had a bit of a rough time. Tempers were running a bit hot. So we went back to my place, took the dragon's hoard with us, and I was confronted by the short one, who was not so happy that he and his friends had almost died. But I think I managed to convince them that probably not in the best interest to trust a green dragon. But the job was done, and so while Archie and Kid took a rest, and Frog serenaded them with his beautiful, moving music, Mooney and I took a trip out into the forest so I could teach him what I knew about accessing the spiritual world. First, I taught him to find the living in the spirit world, envisioning his friends so he could see them as white dots in the distance. And afterwards, I taught him to see those who were not living, but he was strangely drawn to something darker. Following these exercises, we returned to my house in Thunder Tree, and the following morning, the party decided to leave and head off in the direction of Cragmaw Castle. Arriving at Cragmaw Castle, they did a quick reconnaissance, and between Archie and Mooney, able to find the hidden passage through the rubble on the north side of the castle, through which they quickly entered, finally gaining access to the castle they've been looking for so long. And that's where we're starting off. You guys are in that old storeroom, if you remember. You guys have the door on the east side, and there's that heavy cloth curtain on the south side, as you guys are in this room still.
Have we heard any kind of signs of life?
You did see two hobgoblins enter through the same passage that you guys got in through.
Okay.
You haven't heard or seen anything else, but you didn't get too close to the castle before.
These jars and containers and barrels in this room, they're all empty?
They're mostly just sort of like rotting crates and barrels. There's some pretty gnarly looking stuff inside that look like they at one time could have been provisions. Not really much that would be suitable for your kind of consumption.
Is there anything made of like hardened clay or glass?
No, it's all just wood, mostly rotted wood crates and barrels.
As quietly as I can, is there a way that I could set up one of the barrels near the entrance we had come in to, if anything comes in after us, maybe it would bump into it or knock it over, just to give us a heads up that something's coming behind us?
Yeah, you can put one there. There's like I said, they're mostly rotting and falling apart. Not particularly heavy, so you could easily pick up crates and barrels and move them over.
All right. Hey, Kid, what are you doing over there?
Oh, I was thinking maybe we could set up like a trap or something to make noise if anyone came in behind us. Pretty good idea, I think, right?
Right, it's a great idea. The only thing is do we want to do that, or I can set up a bell trap, and that'll alert us. But the only thing is, then, well, like with your idea, we're using like shit of theirs, so they could be like, "Ah, we're just fucking clumsy." Whereas, like the bell trap is gonna fucking let them know right away something's off. I wasn't thinking when I made that suggestion just now. Carry on. Don't mind me.
I'm gonna finish setting up the barrel.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so you can move several crates and barrels over there. Sort of,
And there's an entrance ahead of us, and then there's one to our left.
yeah, so on the east side there's a door, and the south is another sort of one of those hanging curtains. This time not hand applied, but
Okay.
that sort of curtain hanging along the wall in the rubble.
Can I check the door on the east side? Mainly, really checking it. I'm not even checking if it's locked. I'm kind of listening to see if there's any movement or any kind of noise coming from the other side, and then I'd like to inspect like the under like the door underneath to see if there's any kind of light or if there's any kind of air movement coming through, any smells coming out.
Go ahead and roll me a perception.
All right.
And as he's doing that, I'm gonna post myself at the other entrance, just in case anything comes through. Just prepping that we're not going to get surprised.
Thank
Yeah, sure.
the Lord that I'm a halfling. 13 perception.
13. Yeah, so you listen, you look underneath, you don't hear anything on the other side.
All right. Can I take my dagger, which is, pretty nice and polished, and like try to mirror edge it underneath the door and see what I can see inside the room?
It's like signs.
Oh fuck! I thought I had an original thought. Damn it!
Yeah, you could do that. You see, you see another door on the other side.
All right, fuck it. I'll check the knob.
Locked.
Locked. All right, fellas. What do we think? Do we want to try to go through here, or do we push farther into the castle?
This is just a curtain by me.
Yeah, it's like the same sort of heavy curtain that was blocking the secret entrance.
I'm going to point at the curtain, and then point at the door. If anyone's coming in from that way, we should be able to hear them first. From this way, I mean, there's less protection going through the curtain, so we should maybe check this out first.
Yeah, I'd like to look behind curtain number 2, see what the prize is behind that.
I don't think I ever changed back from Cardinal, by the way. So I'm still just kind of like flying around.
Flying in little circles.
Mooney's still a bird.
Yeah. Mainly just waiting to see if they still need me. If not, when we're all set, then I'll go back into Furbolg.
By the way, Derek, I got this for you. I just sent a thing in there.
Oh my goodness.
This changes everything.
This changes everything.
Look at all those birds.
I can't pronounce half of these.
Oh, God.
I'm grabbing the edge of the curtain, and once I get everyone's attention that I'm about to do it, I'm just going to pull it back.
Right, kid. You just fucking pulled it back?
Are you trying to like peek through, or are you just ripping the curtain down?
I was going to say, because I'm the fucking stealthiest of all of us, maybe I should probably sneak through first before we just fucking rip the curtain down. But fuck it.
Too late for that.
I'm going to go with what I said. Yeah, I'm ripping. I'm ripping the curtain away, and I'm going to get to the other side of that doorway as soon as possible. So I'm going in.
You rip the curtain down. What you see is, whoops, wrong one.
30 goblins.
There's 1,000 goblins on their side. No, what you see actually is another room. Again, rubble. You see a door on the west side there. You see another heavy curtain on the south, as well as another door over here on the west side. But this part of the castle also empty.
All of the doors are closed.
All the doors are closed, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna cast a look back to my companions, and I'm before I completely disappear around this corner, I'm gonna make sure that they're following me, and I'm just gonna point at this door at the end of this hallway.
Hey, DM.
Yes.
When I did my mirror check, was that door? Would it look like it would correspond to this other door? Like if I know how rooms work.
You can't really tell necessarily. The door. Sorry. When I say there's a door, I'll just show it to you since you couldn't really see the whole room. What you saw was a door on the other side here, so straight forward.
Oh, there was okay. I didn't.
Yes.
I couldn't tell where the door was. Okay, no worries.
Yeah. So you saw that door. You couldn't really see the rest of the room.
It was more okay. I got like a clear, like a straight line view. I didn't get a whole.
Yeah. There's there is a sort of, since you would have seen it as well, there is a wall kind of right here, so that sort of blocked your view of the rest of the room.
Oh, so it's more like a hallway. That door would lead into a hallway than like an actual room.
Maybe you can't. Like I said, from what you could see, you couldn't know.
I couldn't determine, but it didn't. Judging from the outside, it looked like it was a big round room. But once I looked in, it was bisected at least.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's more walls and stuff in there as well. Yeah.
I would motion to this door, and then I'll let Archie get past me if he's heading that way, and I'm just gonna keep his back covered from the other doors.
Same song, different dance. I'm doing my typical under the door check, listening first before I even touch the doorknob. Do I sense anything on the other side of this door?
Give me that perception check. And also, which door is this? Are you doing the door on the left or the right?
The left, right in front of where kid would be. Yeah, or right where I am now.
Sorry, east. Okay, so sorry, east side. Yeah, okay, east side.
Yeah, east side. Sorry, I'm a fucking toddler. Perception is a 19.
Yeah, you just alienated half of our audience. No one from West Side is gonna wanna.
A 19, so the door on the right side. You do hear this time some low voices talking.
I'm going to like put a finger up to my lip and kind of lean in close to the kid. All right. Well, it sounds like there might be some visitors on the other side of the door. Well, the residents, we would be the visitors. Regardless, that's the semantics. I believe that we might want to either dispatch these guys quickly and quietly, or possibly try to give this door a wide berth. I don't know what the plan is with this mission. Are we on a fucking clean sweep type thing? Or do we just want to fucking exfil? Quick, grab and go.
Well, if these goblins are tied to the Black Spider or to Glassstaff, then we should kill as many as we can. Maybe we can get some info from them. But ultimately, the goal is to find Gundren.
Sidebar, that dude has been fucking gutted and ate by now, like 4 times. We fucked around way too long. There was definitely a time frame on him.
It's been about a week, I'd say.
Well, we don't know because Gundren was talking about potential of having treasure. That's what he told his brother. So maybe they're trying to get from him that same information.
I'd like to do my dagger trick again. Try to figure out, gleam as much as I can underneath that door. I can do it stealthily too, if you would like.
Yeah, I would like you to roll stealth.
And that would be a 17.
17. So you're able to sort of sneakily stick it underneath. So you look in, you see what look to be a few beds, and just out of the sort of corner glinting off, it's not really on the map right now, but you can see sort of what look to be the feet of
Like
a goblin.
there's definitely at least one body in there.
definitely at least one person you can see. I'm sort of here on the top.
It appears that this might be like a bedroom or barracks type situation. There's definitely at least one in there. Question is,
All right.
do we want to roll in, kick a fucking door in, and just start fucking blasting? Or, I don't know, if we have some
Anyway, I just started.
if we have,
Quick, thank you.
maybe Trog could do some fucking sleepy time.
That's what I was just thinking. I might be able to play a little ditty, and then they might fall asleep. And they got the beds right there, so I mean they could just cuddle right up. They go to sleep, you know.
And then we go in and fucking stab them. Sorry.
Well, that's if there's only one in there. I mean, one is what you saw, but if they have other ones that you didn't see, I mean, at least one's out of the equation. That can help. But Archie, I know you can detect traps. Can you set them too? Can you make traps?
DM, can I make traps?
Depends on what you have with you and what you want to try and do.
Okay, so
Any of you guys, anyone can make traps. It just depends on what you're trying to do and what you have to roll for, et cetera, et cetera.
So as far as my inventory, like I don't know what you want. Like,
Yeah, none of us have actively. That's fine. My thought was, if we go into this room and shit pops off for one reason or another, and then we have more of these fuckers coming in from behind, maybe we could have something just covering our backs. But out of character, none of us have explicitly purchased anything to be used as traps.
Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking of making something out of the environment or whatever, I mean, you just have to describe what you want to try. I mean, if you wanted to put like a bucket of water on top of the door, then yeah, like you don't need anything special for that. It's just a bucket and some water, etc. But yeah, just depends on what you're trying to do.
because I have ball bearings, a bell, crowbar, dagger, hammer, oil, leather. Oh, that's armor.
Let's put some ball bearings on the floor, and if something runs at us, it'll maybe slide or slip on them.
Or I can put some oil on the floor, make it slickery.
No, let's do oil. Put oil. Can you put oil at this intersection here? And then worst case scenario, I'll cast bonfire on it if something starts coming through that way.
You want to put it where basically where right here.
At the T. So a little bit further down. Yeah, right in there. I mean, we'd have to walk over it if we're going to backtrack that way, but like a little bit of oil on our shoes won't make a difference.
Right, we're aware of it. It's not like we're running through.
Yeah. Right.
All right. I'll just skeet a little oil on the floor.
Yeah, I would say according to the rules, one flask of oil is 1 5-foot square. So tell me which square you want. I can, or you guys can mark it as well. Just
We can
whatever
do
square
that.
you want.
Yeah, it's a 5-foot square right in the center there. Yep, that yellow one.
Right there.
Yeah.
All right. So do we want to try to knock them out? Or are we just fucking rolling in hot and heavy?
Well, Trog, if you can do it, that'd be fine. But if that's going to burn you out at all, maybe we want to save that energy for something bigger. It's up to y'all.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I'm thinking is if it is just one goblin, we could probably just
dispatch it pretty quietly.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not a very big room. There can't be, if there is more than one, it can't be more than like 4. We've taken out more than that.
Whatever we're doing, we got to do it quick because standing out here in the hallway isn't very tactically sound.
Fuck it. Checking the doorknob.
Locked.
Lock picks out. I'm going for it. I can't fucking pick locks for shit.
Ian, what are the heights in these rooms?
The roof is roughly 15 feet high. And I didn't quite mention, most of the light you're getting through here is natural light. So you're not in darkness yet because you ripped that curtain down. So you're getting some natural light coming into the rubble and into this area, but it's not like a brightly lit area.
It's dim.
Yeah.
So as we get deeper into the castle, I'm not going to be able to fucking see. But did you hear me? I got a 16 on that lockpick.
Oh, 16, yes. Good. And I'd also like you to, so that does succeed. I would also like you to roll a stealth for how sneaky
stealth.
you can, like, as a standard for how like fast and sneaky you can do it. Because if it's loud as fuck, then
Right.
not going to be much surprise going on.
It's a 15 on my stealth roll.
So you hear the click as the door's unlocked.
Hold, kind of just the fucking quietest, slow, most almost imperceptible movement of the door to a crack. What can I see?
Not much, if it's only a tiny crack.
I mean, and it's just slow. Just slow. Almost like a breeze is blowing this door open.
I'll let you see half the room. That's the door would cover the other half.
I trust Archie's ability to be a silent killer, so I'm going to take a position up at the rear of everyone else, just in case anyone comes in behind us.
So you can't see the bottom half of the room, but you can, in fact, see.
So the door opens, just for my own brain. The door opens inward and swings on a hinge.
To the south.
To the south, okay.
So you do see one hobgoblin up there. You see yet another cloth laid up against the wall.
Okay.
This room is slightly lit. There's a small brazier with fire. So this room does have some light in it. You can sort of see the fire dancing off the walls.
So the hobgoblin I can see, was that the feet of the hobgoblin that I could see earlier, or?
Yes, that's the same one you would have seen earlier.
That's the same one I would have seen earlier. Do I think I could send an arrow through that crack in the door?
Oh, that's probably... you'd probably have to make me probably...
I would have to roll for it.
Well, I could say, not necessarily. He'd be probably 3/4.
3/4 cover.
But from what you can tell, they haven't noticed it yet.
They haven't noticed me yet.
Yeah, just throw the door open and shoot. You'll still be surprised, right? He hasn't attacked yet.
Dagger in one hand, just ready to rock and roll. I'm going to push the door open and whip one right at his chest.
Okay, let's all roll initiative.
9.
20.
19.
7.
That was more than one.
That was more than one.
That was more than one initiative roll.
Okay, you blast open the door. Door kicks open, slams against the other wall. So I'll just let you see the whole room. You do, in fact, you open up this area, you see the one goblin you'd already seen. Hobgoblin, that is. That there's a sort of stone brazier full of coals in the middle of this small, sort of like what you said earlier, looks to be like a barrel. Sort of straw pallets lined up against the east wall. You see the sort of collapsed part of the southern wall, again, which is another door. You guys have already seen the curtain hanging on the archway to the north. And there is, in fact, one more goblin who was looking out through this arrow stack. That is definitely a wheelbarrow. And they are both surprised because they didn't see you, which means it will, in fact, be Archie's turn first.
Okay. So, like I said, I whipped a dagger at him, so I'll roll for that hit. That is a 16 to hit.
16 does not hit.
Are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit. All right. Well, I was coming through the door anyway. So with my movement, I would like to fucking rush the hobgoblin that I just missed with one of my fucking daggers. As I'm running, I'm pulling it. With my offhand, I'm pulling my second dagger. I would like to try to stab him in the fucking throat.
Okay. Roll me one more.
It's an 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
I was going to say. All right. And that is 19 points of damage.
Okay, 19 points of damage. So you throw your first dagger. It goes sort of over his head. clangs off the stone wall behind him. But you rush in. So you said 19, right?
Yeah, 19 points of damage.
Okay, so you rush in while he's still sort of in shock as this first dagger dismissed him, and you're able to sort of get up. I mean, you're almost about the same height as you. You're able to sort of just get up, slap him right across his throat, and he is dead. Collapses onto the ground.
Okay.
If I have any movement left, I would like to just retrieve the dagger that I had thrown and missed.
Yeah, so we'll just put that maybe right here. In which case, that brings us to Trog.
I'm going to do Vicious Mockery at the other one. Wisdom saving throw.
Where are you standing right now? Because you won't be able to see him from where you're out on the map.
I mean, now that Archie has actually kind of moved into there, I do want to use my movement speed to kind of get closer to the door, moving around the oil spill. Would I be able to see him if I'm kind of in the doorway?
Yeah, you'll be able to see him.
Okay. Vicious Mockery.
That is going to be a 11.
He fails, and I say, "Oh my God! It's a new monster." Oh wait, it's just a really ugly hobgoblin. And he takes 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. So these words ring out almost as if he was just punched in the head as the weight of the words hits him. He's still standing, but he does look noticeably more upset. His turn, but he's surprised, which brings us to Kip.
Can I also get into the doorway or push past Trog? I want to be able to still see the oil, so I could cast something on that if I need to. But
Yeah, I mean, you could go to the space like right past it.
okay, and I'm just gonna point a finger gun at him and Eldritch Blast. For the first beam, that is a 16 to hit.
Doesn't matter.
Does not hit. And the second is a 25.
That doesn't.
And that is a total of 16 points of damage. Some of that being fire damage, and he is thrown 10 feet back or just into that wall.
Yeah, so again, you run through, finger gun him, bolt strikes him goes sort of around his shield, strikes him squarely in the chest as it throws him back into this wall, and he expires.
All right. Not too shabby, guys.
Are we out of initiative now, or are we still?
Yes.
Is Mooney still a bird?
Yes.
I'm gonna thumbs up everybody. All right, fellas.
Oh, by the way, from what you've seen as a cardinal, I've just been just slowly like circling around.
Just bouncing off the walls like he's trying to get out. Can't.
Yeah, if you guys noticed close enough, what I've been doing is practicing by flying to the very top of the ceiling, and then as a bird doing like the people's elbow and dropping down a bit.
The people's wing.
The people's wing. I didn't get to do it this turn, but we'll see maybe in a future battle.
I can foresee what's going on, and I'm hard dick excited.
next time you fight a dragon, you know what hit him.
I don't know, Archie. Something about you and Mooney while he's a bird. Between last game and this game, there's something going on here.
What? I'm just being hard dick excited.
Well, before it was, I think you were hitting on him, and now it's like it's escalating. I'd be careful, Derek. While the other guys are doing whatever they're doing, I'm just going to stay posted where I am so I can keep an eye on that oil spill.
Yep. So you guys, in this room, there is another curtain to the north again, and a door to the south.
I wonder what's behind curtain number 3 here. Can I just kind of just do like this and look in?
You can do a little peek in, pull the curtain aside, and you just see almost a little hallway-like area connects back up to the room you had originally entered through.
It looks like I found a little hallway. We could probably go in a circle. But there is another door over there.
Yeah, if you guys want to double back to check that out, I'm just gonna stay here to keep an eye on your guys' back.
Drog, what do you think? Do we want to look in there, or did he already just fucking saunter off?
Yeah, he's in there.
Alrighty.
It's at the doorway. So
Is there a keyhole or anything on this door?
there is. Well, this one's not. This one doesn't have a key, but it does have. Oh wait, no. Which one? Oh, never mind. Just kidding. Yeah, there's a keyhole.
And I look through the keyhole.
Mm.
Give me a perception.
19.
So you can't see much of the room. You do see sort of the back wall of the from the outside as it curves around. But you do hear two people in there talking as well, and it sounds like arguing from inside.
Can I see Archie?
I'm right behind you.
Then yes.
I'm going to turn to Archie and go,
Daggers are out. Fucking ready to rock and roll.
I want to ready my crossbow and use one of the bolts on my poison skin. And then...
Actually, before he kicks the door open, can I just wipe 2 of my daggers across his back?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll let you do it on my arm that's exposed instead of my back that's closed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He just cuts your shirt right off you.
Yeah. I'm going to test to see if the door is locked.
It is.
I'm going to turn back to Archie.
Understanding entirely what those hand signals meant. I'm going to reach my pack and pull out a thing of rations and look really confused. Put that back. I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
Roll, please.
I don't think anyone's told the dice that I'm proficient in yet, but you know what? We're gonna pick a different dice to roll for the fucking.
I don't think you've unlocked a single door this entire campaign.
Not fucking yet. For a Master Chief Assassin, it's pretty fucking.
You just unlocked
sad.
the door.
Yeah, I did just unlock the door.
You just did unlock one. Things are looking up.
Ayo, 21.
21 actually does not unlock the door.
What the fuck is this door made out of?
So as you're picking, this is this used to be a castle. This is a quite finely made lock. Very old, very well made. You do try and click around with it for a while, but you're not getting anything. You do get a few pins, but you're not able to fully unlock it.
So you said most of the light in these rooms are natural light, right?
Yeah, well, the one you're currently standing in is the one that the 2 hobgoblins were in, had a small brazier.
So if I look towards the ceiling, are there any holes that I could fit through as a bird that I could assume are in most of these rooms? Like, are they cracked similar to the tower that we fought the dragon in?
No, the roof is relatively intact. A lot of what used to be the second floor, which was made of wood, has kind of rotted away and fallen apart. So there's not much of a second floor, but the stone roof itself is still relatively intact.
You guys having trouble?
It's a little performance issue.
Is it a pretty
heavy
door?
This one is quite heavy, yeah. This door seems to be a bit more well-built than the previous doors.
So I've been doing this entire thing in my head based on that. This is like right by the front entrance. So why would it be like a secure location? It's not by the front entrance. This is just a hole that the fucking goblins have been using as an entrance. But as a castle, the front door is probably on the other side of the fucking building.
Yeah. What are you doing, Trog?
Well, I'm gonna look over to the kid. I'm not gonna do any hand signals, but I am gonna message. When you do your little bonfire thing that you set things on fire, how does it work? Like, do you just have to see a point, or like So, like, if say you wanted to light something on the other side of this door, could you just look at the people and go pew pew?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to them, so I'm not shouting.
Shouting across the hall.
Yeah, I only have to see it. Y'all weren't able to open up this door.
Right, this is the fucking king of all doors here. I've never fucking seen a door this nice. Look at that lock.
All right, we'll try that. We'll try the fire thing. If it doesn't work, I will never pass up an opportunity to pull one over on Archie. So I'm gonna pull out my stuff and I'm gonna tap myself on the chest and cast guidance on myself, and which I should have done for you before you picked the lock, but I'd forgotten until it was too late. And I am going to attempt to pick this thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
The entire time, Archie's going to be uncomfortably close. Just like over your shoulder, breathing. You can smell my morning cigarette.
22.
Same. You work on it for a bit. Still can't get it out.
Fucking funny, ain't it?
All right. Do y'all want me to set a fire?
Right. Before we do that, I was thinking, because I think I'm smelling what Troll's stepping in. I'm going to lay some ball bearings because I've used my oil. Lay some ball bearings in front of the door, and I'm going to post up in this position right here.
What is this door made out of?
Wood. It's a wooden door.
Okay.
Quite thick and sturdy.
I am going to look through the keyhole, and do I see anything? By the way, I do have dark vision. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I guess Trog has it too.
Yeah.
Because you can sort of see the back wall. You can't see the people who are arguing from the keyhole, but once you bend down to look, you can also sort of hear through the walls and the thick door. You can also hear what sounds like they're
arguing. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to look through the hole, and right immediately on the other side of the door, on the ground, I'm going to cast bonfire. Close enough to the door that it will, if it's flammable, catch fire.
Realizing what he did, can I grab my ball bearings off the floor?
Yeah.
You wanted me to smoke them out. I know that, but it goes in and then it kind of we don't know how far back in this room they are. And then when that catches, I'm just going to back up a little bit. I'd actually would like to back up into the other room so I can see that oil again.
So back to.
Yeah, I moved my character there.
Okay.
So I can I have a view into both the hallway and the other little foyer area.
Okay. Mooney, are you just still chilling in that room?
Flying around.
Yeah, flying around. I'm trying to get used to beds as a bird. Just go between the four of them. Seeing
trying to get used to beds.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna let that fire keep burning and burning, and it should burn for a solid minute. Setting fire to anything that's flammable.
Set fire. I'm wondering how the door does have hit points.
Have HP. Yeah.
But I don't know if a minute is long enough to burn a thick wooden door. I mean, it would weaken it. It would weaken it for sure.
Yeah. So on the first one, when it was set, it would have done 16 points of fire damage, and then for every 6 seconds, I would roll again for additional damage.
How much HP does a door have?
I
Never thought I'd be Googling that.
Well, clearly it's got the fucking craziest
lock
on it that's ever been fucking made.
A medium-sized resilient object made of wood has 15 AC and 18 HP.
So there is a dexterity saving throw, but it is a door.
I don't think a door gets to make a dex saving throw.
What if it's actually like it's a mimic door and it's having
It's a
the
mimic
worst day of
door.
its life?
Shit.
How much?
I knew I should have chosen a
HP?
chest.
How much HP did you say that I had?
18. How much damage did you say you did?
I think it was. What did I say? 15, 16 on the.
16 on the rip, and then you roll every 6 seconds.
Yeah, right. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's
so
it'll
I can roll
burn
9
down
more
over the
times.
course of a minute. I'm sure.
Okay. As soon as I see that door going up in flames or looking weak enough, I'm gonna end concentration on that fire, just so the door can just have the embers burn out.
Yeah. So the door is not totally burned away, but it is fairly significantly weakened. You can see it's sort of starting to crumble and fall apart.
Well, assuming that our fucking chance at being stealthy is gone, Archie's going through that goddamn door. Daggers out, ready to fuck.
Let's all roll initiative again.
I rolled a 3.
Roll a 15.
14.
15.
The burb is ready to go.
The bird has an idea, and I want to try it out so bad.
You just want to pile drive someone in bird form. That's what it sounds like.
Kind of.
Okay, so you guys burst into this room. What you see is a pretty large, fat goblin, and what appears to be
An emaciated dwarf.
a female drow.
Oh, cool.
And speaking of emaciated dwarfs, you do also see the body of a dwarf laying down in the south behind the table.
Clearly dead.
You don't know if it's dead or not. You also see a wolf, which I forgot to put in. So let me put that in real quick. And also let me show you the people that you see.
Like a dire wolf, or like just a wolf?
There you go. Just a wolf.
Just a wolf. Okay.
Let me pop in. The wolf is up there, sort of near the bed, just for your reference. So before door burns down, we're gonna say, Archie, you said you ran through the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
No surprise this time. Since you left you on fire. As soon as you run through the door, this big fat dwarf kind of looks at you.
Goblin, right?
And
Not dwarf.
goblin. Yeah, sorry, goblin.
Okay.
Looks at you, and he is going to look somewhat surprised, but he's going to pull out a long sword, give sort of like a holler, and move forward to attack you. So that's going to be not a long sword, a great sword, because he's big and fat. He's gonna move down here, sort of against this wall, make a multi-attack with his greatsword. First swing is going to be a big old 11.
Misses.
The second attack is going to be a big old 18.
That one does hit.
Not a good roll. You're going to take 5 points of slashing damage from this
Okay.
greatsword. Then he's going to stay within range of you. As this guy comes swing down with the sword, it sort of grazes you along the armor you had just purchased, leaving a bit of a scratch in there. You take a bit of damage. You see this female drow start making her way towards the dwarf. She's going to stand sort of right here on this arrow slit on the other side of the table. And again, looking at you, he's going to use his crossbow and take a shot at you. Oh, that's a D8. That is not going to hit no matter what I roll. That is going to be a 14.
Misses.
Misses, okay. So he comes down, he sort of pulls out his crossbow, takes a shot at you, it clatters against the stone above you, above the doorway. And he's going to use a little bit of the rest of his movement, her movement since it's a female, to sort of keep the table between her and the doorway. And that's going to end her turn, and that'll bring us to Trog.
If I were to approach the door, would I have a shot at either of them?
You'd be able to hit drow, but the drow would have quarter cover with the table.
I'm going to take a shot at it.
All right.
23 to hit.
23 does it.
Right.
That does in fact hit.
It takes 10 points of damage and has to do a Constitution saving throw.
The Constitution saving throw is a 18.
It passed. So it doesn't take any poison damage.
Okay, so sort of as this other arrow clatters and sparks against the stone above the doorway, Trog, you run up and shoot an arrow kind of over Archie's head at this doppelganger, which sort of strikes it, sort of grazes its shoulder. And that brings us to the wolf, which is going to make its way 5, 10, 15, 20, just enough. It's going to make its way down here and also lay into Archie.
Probably wasn't best to send this squishy character in through the door. I don't think about these things.
You do this a lot.
I'm the squishiest out of anybody.
That is going to be a natural 1, but the wolf gets advantage on attack rolls if one of its allies is within 5 feet. And that is going to be an 18.
That does in fact hit.
So the wolf comes sort of bounding across around this big fat goblin as it leaps at you to bite you. And you're going to take 7 points of piercing damage as the wolf sort of grazes your arm with its teeth.
All right. I'm still standing better than I ever did.
Mooney, you're up.
All right, I'm going to fly in as the Cardinal. As I'm flying in, I want to cast Cardinal's ability, Winter Tune. So the drow has to make a charisma saving throw.
All right. Never even heard of that spell. Natural 20.
Cool. Okay, never mind. If it got a 15 or less, it would be charmed by me.
Ah.
But ignoring that, I'm going to fly directly above this big goblin dude.
The people's wing.
The ceiling is still about 15 feet.
15 feet in here. Well, this is a tower, actually. The tower goes up about 40 feet or so. Again, it's sort of rotted. Second floor is totally gone. There's some jagged support beams that are still there. But the tower does go up quite a ways.
All right, yeah, we'll go to like 20 feet or so. And halfway through, I'm gonna drop out of bird form and just lay on this dude with my furball elbow.
Roll me
Was
an attack roll to see if you land on him.
Is Winter's Tune a free action?
Does that count as an action? You might not be able to do that in this turn.
This is that would be my bonus action to drop out.
No, but when you cast the ability,
your attack would be an action.
Is that another action?
Still counts. See, I was thinking of it just falling and just hitting him.
Like what does fall damage? Let's say roll me an acrobatics to see if you hit him.
That's pretty smart. That is.
If you just totally whiff it.
Oh god,
that is a good way to
all that fucking damage on the floor. Oh fuck!
He's going kamikaze.
I don't like the face that Derek's making either.
That's 14.
14. Oh, god.
Would you roll that against his AC, or would you roll?
I was thinking roll it against his AC, but
I was thinking probably
maybe just a contested or something. Yeah,
contested acrobatics roll.
A dex saving throw, maybe. He did pretty fucking good. That's a 19 plus whatever his dex is, a 21.
Oh.
But Ian, I'm so sick. Give this to me.
Gonna be even more sick when your character dies.
All right. What do you?
It was a good idea.
He's gonna see all of a sudden this massive hairy meteor coming out of the sky, and he's gonna quickly jump away to this tasteful bearskin rug, and you'll land in the spot he was. You're gonna take just normal. You said 20 feet, right?
Yeah.
I think that's 1d6 per 10 feet. So you're going to take 2d6 of damage,
Okay.
which is going to be 9 bludgeoning damage as he jumps out of the way and you just slam your elbow into this solid stone. It does leave a pretty respectable crack on the floor, though. even missing, this fat goblin looks pretty impressed.
Nice. If I have any movement, I'm just trying to position my way in front of Archie.
I think at that move, because that would have been what? 5. That's probably about all your movement, I'd say.
Okay.
Okay, Archie, you're up.
Using my movement, I want to jump on the table, and then fuck it, I'm going after the drow. So I'm running, jumping onto the table, and then jumping at the drow, daggers out for 2 attacks.
You will get an opportunity attack. You'll get one from the goblin, but not from the wolf.
Yeah.
From the goblin and not from the wolf. I'm going to use my fucking bonus action to use cunning action and disengage. So I can't use 2 weapon fighting, but I can still use 1. So
so I'll have you pop you on top of this table.
Okay. So I avoid the opportunity attack, and I'm gonna try to fucking kill this drow. So dagger attack.
Alrighty.
That is a 22 to hit.
That's it.
Okay. Hey, Trog, what's the deal with the poison?
Constitution saving throw has to beat 12.
That is a whoops! I just accidentally rolled 2d20. That's good. A 7.
2d4 poison damage every turn.
So that is 5 points of dagger damage, and then 6 points of poison damage, for a total of 11 points of damage.
You jump on the table, give it a slash sort of across the chest, and as it goes by, you can see sort of this green bubbling as the poison sort of takes effect. Kid.
Hey, I'm going to use my movement speed. Can I get through this doorway here, even though Trog's standing there?
Yeah, it just counts as a difficult terrain.
Right. So I'm going to go in next to Mooney. I'm going to Eldritch Blast the wolf first.
Okay.
That is fucking shit. That's only a 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt again at the wolf. That's a little bit better. That one is 16 to hit.
16 does hit.
Okay, so he is thrown back 10 feet against that wall, and he is going to take... Oh, that's sucky. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. The run-in first blast goes a little bit wide as you come around the door. Second blast hits the wolf square in the center mass, sends it flying into this back wall. Still standing, but walking with a somewhat noticeable limp now.
Awesome. And I'm gonna, with a little bit more movement speed, I'm just gonna occupy now that space the wolf was in, and I'm just gonna yell up to Archie, "Your back's clear."
Bring this back to the top of the order. Seeing you just slam his wolf, this sort of yelling in rage. And so the first swing with the greatsword is going to be an 18.
This is for me?
For you, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Second greatsword attack is going to be
what is damage? What is damage on that one first?
What is damage?
Second one misses anyway. It was only a 7. So with the extra heft he puts into these swings, you are going to take an extra 10 damage on top of this.
Okay. After that first hit, I am going to cast Hellish Rebuke when I take that first damage.
21 points of damage.
Fuck. All right, and he needs to do a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw is going to be 14.
Meets it, beats it. That is 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. So in his rage, this sort of first greatsword slash goes sort of straight down your chest, sort of digging through your armor. As he lifts it up to swing again, he gets hit by that crackling green energy that sends him off balance as the other attack sort of goes wide. 6 points of damage. And he is going to... That'll be his turn. He's not going to move. Then we'll get to the drow. The drow, now with you on the table in front of him, Archie, the drow is going to drop her crossbow and is going to use multi-attack. So first roll is a 11.
Misses.
Second roll is a 13.
Also misses.
The doppelganger, dropping the crossbow, sort of swings out with its claws as you're able to sort of duck around them.
I'd like, for my own ideas, I'd like to think I just jumped over him. Just kind of like leaped up every time he swung.
We can say you jumped over them. And the doppelganger is going to continue to move around this table, now standing over the dwarf. And that will be her turn. That'll be Trog.
Would Trog know anything about drows?
You would probably know basic sort of
All right.
information from you.
Doing vicious mockery at the drow.
Please tell me you just like looked up facts about drow so you can make like accurate jokes, like accurate roasts. Oh, that's fucking great. Researched roasts.
Yeah, it only got like a 7 on a saving throw.
Okay. I'm going to say, your mother was a dwarf and your father smelled like spider silk. 7 points of damage.
Yeah, so again, the words ring out, echoing off the stone walls of this tower as the drow sort of holds her head as the sort of psychic damage blasts through her ears. Next up, we are back at the wolf. Wolf is going to make its way back towards Kid, smelling the blood sort of dripping from you after that last greatsword's attack. 21 to hit. You son of a bitch. Okay, you need to make a strength saving throw.
That's a 12.
Ooh, you just made it. Okay, so the impact of the wolf almost knocks you off your feet, but you're able to sort of force it back as the wolf's fangs sink into your arm, dealing 6 points of piercing damage.
I'm hurting.
Mooney, you're up. Oh, Mooney, you're also prone from falling on the ground.
I'm going to stand up since I'm still next to the goblin. I'm going to cast Combat Wild Shape. So Wild Shape is a bonus action, and I regain 7 points of health. And I am wild shaping into a giant toad. And immediately after...
I like sat up.
ready to fight.
This is like the equivalent of blackface.
It's like Crips and Bloods.
Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to apologize later on. But after seeing this goblin, I'm going to cast Swallow.
Okay.
Cast swallow?
I guess. Or I'm just gonna swallow him.
Just gonna do it.
That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
What the fuck's gonna happen?
He's gone.
Just inside of Mooney now.
Well, he takes 7 points of piercing, 5 points of poison. So 12 total.
12 total.
I might have to wait till next turn to actually swallow him.
Right. Now you've got him grappled with your
So
tool.
now he's grappled. And then, next turn, if he doesn't break out, you can swallow, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Go do that. Okay, so you get him, you grab him, wrap your tongue around him. He's sort of struggling as he takes this damage from getting smacked in the face. We'll just keep the same damage. It's not a big deal. And the fat goblin is now restrained. He tastes pretty stanky on your end. It's not pleasant.
That's what I was scared about.
And the rest of you do notice that this giant toad looks remarkably like the fat goblin. And that'll bring us to Archie.
Can I throw a dagger at the fat goblin and then focus my attack on the drow?
According to this, yes, because the second attack is a bonus action, so it doesn't need to be made as part of your regular.
So I'm going to throw a dagger at Fat Boy, and that is 21 to hit.
21 hits.
9 points of damage.
Okay, so you throw this other dagger as he's unable to get out of the way or deflect it, being wrapped around by this giant toad's tongue. The dagger sort of hits him right in his shoulder and sticks in.
And then with my second dagger, I'd like to, kind of completing the spin that I had made to throw this dagger, slash at the drow. And that is 25 to hit.
That's it.
Unfortunately, though, that is just 1d4 plus 3 damage. 7 points of damage.
That brings us to Kid.
Okay, as a bonus action, I'm going to do Second Wind and get back 6 points of health. And I'm going to do Poison Spray on this wolf. So he needs to do a con save of 14.
It's low. I only rolled a natural 3, so.
Perfect. Wasn't as good as I was hoping, but he takes 13 points of 10 points of poison damage, 3 points of fire damage.
You guys see Kid cast similar to what he attempted to do to the green dragon. As a spray of this oozing green liquid sort of shoots out of the palm of his hand and hits the wolf, immediately starting to singe and burn its skin. And as it's inhaling these sort of toxic fumes, it sort of limps slightly and then collapses onto the ground.
Perfect. And with my movement speed, I'm going to cut around the table that Archie is on and get to the side of this doppelganger, putting myself between it and any way to the door.
Brings us back up to Big Fat Goblin. So he's still grappled. I'm going to attempt to break out of the grapple. So my acrobatics, was a 14.
Oh no. Okay, let's see. Please. 14. Roll again.
Let's do it again.
Oh man, I thought it was a 2 at first.
Oh, I got a 19 this time.
Shit. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, 7.
7, okay.
Damn. Oh well, I'll get him next time.
Does that take his action? Bonus action?
Yeah.
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 It would be an action to break grapple.
He must, use the action to break out. He does nothing. And by nothing, I mean he's going to move over here to the side. And then do nothing. Staying within range, so no opportunity attacks. But he's going to move around to the other side of Mooney. Brings us to good old drow friend, who is going to take, I don't know, I don't remember who did the damage, but someone rolled the poison damage.
Oh, it's what, 2d4, Ty?
Yep.
Okay.
And that is a 17 this time on the con, so
Yeah.
poison fades away. Okay, so those green bubbles sort of fade away as the doppelganger once again takes a look at its surroundings. And just to sort of fuck with you, you see this drow start to almost like bubble, sort of turning like to this waxy sort of black appearance as it sort of bubbles and shifts. And standing in front of you, there's no longer a drow, but there's another kid.
Oh, I know who to attack.
We're gonna do the Spider-Man thing. We're pointing at
Didn't see this coming. Yeah. But it's just going to take a multi-attack on Archie again. It still has kind of these like sharp, fingery claws. It's not fully transformed. So first attack is going to be a 16
Against me?
against Archie.
Yeah, it hits.
That'll be 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay,
The second attack is a 15.
so it hits.
Yeah, so second claw comes around, strikes you again, sort of center mass. You're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
You're fucking kidding me. Exactly 9?
Exactly 9.
Archie's unconscious.
Okay.
He just falls on the table.
So he just sort of collapses on the table as this doppelganger sort of lays into him with his, well, now looking like kid fists.
Yeah.
Basically.
Oh God. There's a fucked up metaphor in there somewhere.
And I'm going to have him move around to the other side of the table. So you will get an opportunity attack.
Yes. Yeah, I fucking do. That is a fuck. That's a 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Yeah. Sucks.
So table sort of gets in your way as you try to, well, whatever you try to do to it. But the table gets in the way, and it's sort of able to dance around to the other side of the table, putting the table and Archie's body in between the two of you. Trog, you're back up.
I'm going to move into the room right here behind Archie's body. And I kind of look at the toad and say, frogs can do it better. And then I'm going to use my tongue attack at the doppelganger kid as a bonus action. Got a dirty 20.
That does hit.
So that's to grapple. I'm trying to grapple.
Oh, yeah. So, wait. So I need an acrobatics. To the dirty 20, it's going to be better than mine. Not by much, though. 19.
All right. So I'm going to pull it towards me, and it's going to be grappled. And I'm going to take my bigger knife and try to stab it while it's grappled with my free hands. That is 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Okay, so wrap his tongue in. This phony kid gets reeled in as you take a slash right across his chest. Mooney.
After seeing Trog do his tongue attack, I look over and smile, a single tear coming out of my right eye. And I'm going to turn to the goblin and immediately do another bite attack. That is a, 16?
16 does not hit.
Dang. All right, then. Yeah, that's all I've got. I'm just keeping eyes on this goblin.
So as you leap forward to try and bite it again, this goblin is surprisingly nimble for its size and sort of lets out a low as it dodges out of the way.
I'm going to kill the fuck out of that thing. I can't stand that.
He's so angry, though, because you killed his pet. And channeling that anger, he's going to look directly at you and swing his greatsword down, trying to aim right between your toady little eyes. But you're wrong, I missed. He only got like a 6. So.
Only a 6?
Yeah, he rolled a natural 1, and he has a +5 to hit. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine then.
So his laughing sends him slightly off balance as he tries to bring it down. And this time, you're able to sort of nimbly dodge out of the way as you let out a croak of defiance.
A throaty
Is that a croak?
No, I just started laughing. I was gonna attempt one, but then I was like, okay, remember you tried to make a horse noise and you just kind of gagged, so I'm not gonna attempt it too.
Well, fair enough. Archie is unconscious, so Kid is up.
So do you want a death save?
Oh yes, I do. I need a death save there.
That is a fail.
So we burned through all of our health potions with the fight with the dragon. So
Yep.
on my, I'm almost mirroring what Archie had done when I had fallen during that fight. I'm looking at this doppelganger, which is myself. So I'm gonna fucking kill you, and I'm running around. And on my way around, I'm gonna grab a hold of Archie's shoulder, and I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying. So that'll at least make him stable. He's at 0 HP, or he's at like 1 HP, I guess. He's still unconscious, but he's stable, so no more death saves. And I'm going to do Action Surge and as a bonus action, and then I'm going to get real up close to this thing, and I'm just going to Eldritch Blast it twice in the face.
Okay, good. You're still grappled, so yeah, until I figure out the rule, let's just say grapple has advantage. Until I figure out what the rule is.
That's a 17 on the first without advantage. Yeah, 17 on the first.
Hits.
Okay, that is 9, 10, 11, 12 points of fire damage to the face.
Just got it.
And I'm going to fire at it again. It's a 19, but I'm going to roll just to see if I get a nat 20. I don't. Yeah. 24 would have been the higher of the two. And that one is going to be another 9 points of fire damage.
Okay. As it is grappled, it's not going to move backwards 10 feet, as Strog has got a pretty solid hold on it with his tongue.
Mm-hmm.
But the impacts do strike it pretty solidly center mass as these crackling green bolts of energy fly out and sort of slam into its chest, into your chest, basically.
Okay.
As sparks go flying off.
I'm just yelling out, I hate you, I fucking hate you, kind of yelling to it and to myself as I'm blasting this thing.
That is going to bring us back up to our good friend, the goblin. Seeing as you had dodged its other attack, the goblin's going to, even though he had missed as well, he's going to sort of taunt you. Oh, come here, little toady. He's going to make a multi-attack with his greatsword, again swinging at a big froggy friend, which is a natural 20.
It's a toad.
Sorry.
Get it right.
Oh, shit.
I apologize.
I love that was like, no.
So double
Basis of this racism between frogs and toads.
Oh, you don't want to get into the toad wars.
Don't you fucking confuse me for him.
I'm honestly about to write out a whole elaborate backstory to put into the world. Anyway, that was a nat 20. So you're going to take a lot of damage. Hold on.
That's okay. I'm big.
We're doubling the bonus damage as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be
Try me.
24 points of slashing damage on the first swing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's
On the what?
There's more than one? Okay.
Yeah, he's multi-attacking. He's got a multi-attack.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, as well, since he gets martial advantage once per turn, he's going to deal an extra 10 damage to you. So that's actually, what did I say? 34 points of damage.
Okay.
Do we still have a toad on our side?
There's no way.
For now,
No way
we
are
do.
that fucking toad still alive.
Second attack is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
And that one is going to do very good again. That's going to be 8 points plus. It's going to be 11 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, that killed me. Let me do the damage. As a toad.
Yeah, giving out that low sort of as he swings his sword twice across, just crisscrossing across your body.
Yeah, and halfway through that, the second slash, I transform back to furball form as it cuts me across my stomach.
You see sort of a little splash of blood as the blade goes across. A little bit of blood glistening on the tip of his greatsword. And that will be his turn. We're going to move to Mr. Doppelganger, who is still grappled. So first thing, he's going to try and break the grapple, which is that's a 5.
Okay, I got 15.
Okay, so he's still grappled. And I guess if breaking the grapple takes your turn, I guess that's yeah, that's it. So stuck there grappled still. Which means it's your turn, Chug.
With my bigger knife, I can also pull out my rapier, and I'm going to do 2 attacks against it. 18 with the bigger knife.
That does it.
So I'll do 5 points of damage for that. And then 13 with the rapier.
13 does not hit. But with 5 points of damage, doesn't matter. Because as you swing across with the dagger straight across the exposed parts of his body that aren't wrapped up in your tongue, you sort of feel what looks to be kid sort of go loose inside your tongue. And then this weird, almost disgusting way, almost like a wax candle melting, the features of kid start to drop off it as it goes limp in your tongue, and you're left holding this almost shapeless, this vaguely human-shaped, black, waxy body that's just limp in your tongue.
Can we stop using that phrase?
Quite disgusting.
Yes, limp in your tongue. I just don't want.
I never want to hear the phrase limp in your tongue ever again.
Mooney, you're up.
I'm going to cast Flame Blade in my right hand, and just a quick, another belly slash against him, just like he did to me. So it is a 24 to hit.
Hits.
Ooh, 16 points of fire damage.
So coming out of your giant toad form and sort of putting a hand against the slash that just came across your stomach, you're very quickly going to counterattack with your flame blade, slashing him in much the same way he had just slashed you across his chest with this blade of fire, as it sort of cuts him deeply across the sort of chain, well, the sort of hardened leather armor he's wearing. Right, is there going to be any movement from you?
No, I still want to stick around. I want to be the brunt of his force so far.
Okay, that brings us then to Archie, who has now been stabilized with 1 HP. In which case, unconscious, it is Kid's turn.
I'm going to step over top the doppelganger, and I'm going to fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at the goblin on the other side.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alrighty dighty. That is a 23 on the first.
Hits.
For that sucks. That is 7 points of fire damage, and a natural 1 on the second.
It's a stepping over this sort of gross melted body that used to be you. You very quickly send out 2 bolts of this green energy that one slams into him, center mass, and the other careens off over his head, sparking against the wall. Does he still get the pushback? I guess from the angle you're at.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just put him back. So based on the angle, we'll say he sort of slams into the wall, and then skids back that 5 feet. Maybe not the full 10 feet, just based on the angle. But just put him 5 feet away from me. He's going to just step back up to move. Yeah, he's kind of got a grudge. He's tunnel vision on Mooney after that last flame attack. He's going to step back up and do another multi-attack against Mooney. First attack with the greatsword. So sorry, dude. It's another natural 20.
Oh, no. Okay.
So that's 25 damage on the first swing. As he's going to slash sort of diagonally down across you. Second attack, 20, a dirty 20. 9 points of slashing damage.
Holy shit.
As he sort of carves an X across the front of your chest.
So that's
with his greatsword swings.
29 points.
It was 25 plus, so 34 total.
Okay, I am down right now.
Oh, fuck.
So as these slashes go across Mooney's chest, you see Mooney sort of collapse and start bleeding out. Strog, you're up.
How does the goblin look?
The goblin's
Almost
looking
bloody.
pretty bloody. Still wobbly on his feet.
So seeing Mooney go down, I'm gonna point at him and say, "Stay away from my friends, you fat fucking trash gnome." And then I'm gonna cast Shatter.
That's going to be what saving throw?
Constitution.
Constitution. 18.
He passes. He takes 8 points of thunder damage.
So you hear this sharp ringing sound as it cracks through the air, and he sort of, covers his ears a bit as he winces in pain. In which case, it is back to Kid.
Are we allowed to know how many death saves the doppelganger has passed or failed at this point? It would have probably just rolled its second.
I wasn't doing death saving throws for enemies.
I figured as much, but for the sake of this, do I think I can hold off another turn if I'm going to cast Spare the Dying on this thing?
On the doppelganger?
That's correct.
I'd say probably not. I think you'd have to specify you want non-lethal, I think, beforehand.
Oh,
so at this point, it's dead.
It's dead.
Yeah.
All right.
She's gone.
Fuck. All right. I'm going to step off of it then, and I'm going to, crunch its head on the way out, and I'm going to get right up close to this thing. Actually, before I do, I'm going to try to hit it again with Eldritch Blast. I'm going to fire both of mine. 8 to hit on the first. Give me something better, please. Fucking 15 on the second.
No, 15 does not hit.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay. Fuck. I'm gonna. I'm too weak. I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm worried about it taking additional hits on you, Derek, and then you getting fucked up with your saving throws. But if it hits me, I'm just as likely to die. And then, yeah, sorry.
And then we have Trog.
Yeah.
And Trog for the rescue.
He has mass healing word. So.
I was just saying, has Trog taken a single hit in this fucking battle?
I don't think Trog's taken a single hit in this campaign, to be honest.
That's not true. He
took some damage from the dragon.
No, he didn't, because he's immune to poison. It didn't take any damage.
Fucking kidding me.
As the goblin hears the echoes of this otherworldly laughter talking about how little damage Trog has taken, it's going to step towards Trog. Sort of stepping around the bleeding out body of Mooney and take a multi-attack with his greatsword on Trog. Okay, first roll is an 11.
He fails.
And the second roll is a 21.
Can I use my lucky feat to make you roll again?
Yeah, go ahead. That is also going to be a 21. Well, the same exact thing.
Okay.
In which case, you are going to take for... this time, the greatsword comes swinging down at the other amphibian present in the room. And you are going to take 7 points of slashing damage. And that is going to be the end of his turn, which means it is your turn.
By the way, I failed my first death saving throw.
But then, yeah, it is Trog's turn.
Since I still have my 2 things, I'm I'm gonna go and like wipe across to get the poison on, and then attack with both of my swords.
All right, go ahead.
That is a 17 for the bigger knife,
17 hits.
and an 18 for the rapier.
Hits. Constitution is going to be 17.
Right, so I guess would it be twice that he would roll since I'm doing it with both?
Oh, that's true. Second one's only a 9.
Okay, so the bigger knife, he takes 5 points of damage. The rapier, he takes 8 points of damage. And then for the poison, takes 5 points of damage.
You sort of do a double attack as you slash across him with the dagger and the rapier, both catching him and slicing him across his chest. As it's happening, almost relishing in the pain. This goblin's going to look down at you and also let out that same sort of low. Just for a moment, though, as the laughter sort of stops and you see this foam kind of coming out of the corner of his mouth as he collapses onto the ground, dead.
You say that's how frogs do it.
You just got him with the poison.
Trog, he does it again. Oh,
To the fucking rescue, bro.
You just got him with the poison. So as it stands, Archie is unconscious but stable. Mooney is still bleeding out.
I'm gonna run over to Mooney.
It would have been your turn. Well, you're gonna just spare the dying. Spare the dying again. Mooney, you're no longer bleeding out, but you are still unconscious for the time being.
How did that go south so fast?
It all happened when the toad popped up.
they just got lucky.
You're unconscious.
You're unconscious.
You're still unconscious.
Oh shit.
Hey, kid, do we got any healing stuff here?
No. I'm gonna look around on each of the bodies to see if there's any healing potions that they have or anything of value.
You're
looking on the body.
Yeah, I'm looking on all three bodies in the room. The dwarf, there's 3 bodies. So I'll go to the goblin first because he's closest.
Yes. I do have a health potion, by the way, in my bag.
That's true.
That's right. You were holding on to that. I forgot about that.
Go ahead and metagame with that. You probably know.
If I pull that
roll
out,
roll an investigation for the bodies as well, if you're still doing it.
Yeah. Okay. That is a 18.
18. Well, for the goblin, you don't really find much on him. He is wearing his sort of blackened leather armor. That's quite a bit tougher than most leather armor that you've encountered before. He's got his greatsword, and on his body you do find 90 silver pieces.
Okay, I am going to strip off that armor too. And I'm going to take the health potion from Mooney and give it to Archie.
That's fucking great. That you just looted a potion off of one of your companions and gave it to the other one.
My arm's just still like hanging there as it slowly falls down again.
Yeah. The blood is still dripping.
I like Mooney a lot, but I mean, it's Archie. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll whatever it is, 1d4 plus 4, I believe, for the health potion.
That's a 3 plus 4, so 7.
Yep. Nice.
All right.
Okay, Archie, you're back up with 7 hit points. You sort of sit up with a gasp. You're still on the table, so you sort of sit up on the table. You do still have the dwarf behind the table. You got the doppelganger body.
Can I check the dwarf?
Yeah, you go down to check the dwarf. He is pretty much stripped of anything valuable. He's just wearing basically cloth undergarments. But as you start to examine him, you do notice he is breathing. He's still alive,
All right.
just unconscious.
I'm gonna do my last mass healing word on all of us plus the dwarf. Everyone heals 7 points of damage.
Heyo.
Okay, so with that, Mooney, you are also conscious again. As you groggily open your eyes and come to. Trog, since you're sort of standing next to the dwarf, you see him also gasp as he sort of gets this magical healing energy as he sits up and sort of looks at the four of you. And let's end it there.